This is the story of the janitor who taught night classes in secret. It's quite an interesting story, so let me begin. He cleans the school during the day, and at night he becomes a teacher. He is a 62-year-old man who has been working as a janitor at the same high school for over 20 years. Over all those years, he has never missed a single day of work. Even though the school management has offered him retirement benefits several times, he always refused them. His colleagues respect him very much because of his great work ethic and dedication. In fact, most people think of him as a weird old man. No one really knows anything about him, and no one ever bothered to ask. One day, the principal receives a letter stating that after school hours, someone uses the classrooms for illegal activities. According to the letter, after school hours, there are cars parked in front of the school, and some students come out of the classrooms and leave without doing their homework. The principal thought it was just another prank by the students and didn't pay any attention to it. But every day the number of cars parked in front of the school increased. So the principal decided to look into the matter. One afternoon, he decided to hide near the window and see what was going on, and that's when he saw the unbelievable. The students were attending classes after school hours, and the person giving the classes was none other than the school janitor. He was sitting on the teacher's table writing something on the board. There were around 20 students in the class. While observing them, the principal noticed that they were all from poor families. They had no books or stationery. Most of them didn't even have shoes. It broke the principal's heart to see these kids in such a bad condition. He wanted to help them, but he couldn't figure out how. After thinking for a few minutes, he decided to knock on the window. All the students turned toward the door, and the janitor stopped writing on the board. As soon as the principal opened the door, all the students panicked and started running away. The janitor also tried to escape, but it was too late. The principal stopped him and asked why he was giving classes to those children. Janitor couldn't say anything. He looked down in shame. The principal then asked the janitor to come with him to his office. When they got to the office, the principal asked him again, "Why are you giving classes to those children? Do you know how serious your actions are? You're not a teacher and you're not allowed to give classes?" The janitor replied, "I'm sorry, sir, but I can't explain the reason. I am not a teacher, but I know more than these so-called teachers. These children need my help. If not, they won't be able to graduate." The principal asked, "Who gave you permission to do this?" Janitor said, "No one, sir. I'm sorry." Principal shouted, "Do you know how many problems you have caused us? Someone complained about you to the district manager. We will have to close the school if we don't take action against you. You have only one option now. Either leave this city or get ready to go to jail." The janitor was devastated. He didn't want to go to jail, and he couldn't leave the city. His family lived here, and he had no other place to go. As he was about to speak, the principal interrupted him and said, "Wait a minute. I think I understand why you're doing this. You must have done this before. That's why you know everything." The janitor nodded his head in agreement. The principal sighed and said, "You are a strange man. No one understands you, but I can see your good intentions. I won't send you to jail, but you have to stop this immediately." As soon as he finished speaking, the janitor burst into tears and said, "But, sir, those children can't continue their education without me. Most of them have to work to support their families, and they don't have enough time to study during the day. So I started teaching them at night. I have helped so many children like this, but you are the first principal who has found out about my activities." Then he looked at the principal and said, "If you want, I can continue my work. I promise I will never get caught again." The principal shook his head and said, "You can't continue your work, but I can offer you a job." Janitor was confused and asked, "What job?" Principal said, "I want you to teach at this school. You don't have enough teachers, and you seem to know a lot. Moreover, our students need your kind of motivation. I know you're not a professional teacher, but I'm sure you can do a great job." Janitor was shocked. He didn't expect the principal would offer him a job. He couldn't believe his ears. It was a janitor, and the principal was offering him a job to teach. After a few seconds, he said, I'm sorry, sir, I can't accept your offer. I am not a professional teacher, and I don't have any teaching experience." The principal stood up from his chair and said, "Don't worry about that. You will get paid as a professional teacher. Besides, you don't need any experience to teach these children. All you need is motivation and willpower. You already have that, which I saw in the classroom. If you still don't want to accept the offer, it's fine. I won't force you, but I'm sure you will regret it." After thinking for a few minutes, the janitor said, "Okay, sir, I accept your offer. Please give me some time to get used to it." The principal smiled and said, "Thank you. I knew you would agree. You will start working from tomorrow. Come to my office at 8 o'clock in the morning, and we will discuss further." The janitor thanked him and left the office. Next morning, the janitor came to the principal's office at 8 o'clock sharp. The principal was surprised by his punctuality. He thought janitors were always late for work, the principal explained. Everything to him about the school rules and regulations, and told him which students he would have to teach. At first, the students were very surprised to see a new teacher in the class, but they liked him very much. He made learning fun and interesting. He didn't use any textbooks or notes. Instead, he taught using real-life examples. Because of this, the students liked him, and they enjoyed attending his classes. Within a few months, he had become the best teacher at the school. Not only was he able to make the students pass the exams, but he was also able to change their attitude towards studies. He taught them that education was the only way to get out of poverty. Before he became their teacher, most of the students had failed several times. They didn't even know the basic concepts. But after he joined the school, things changed drastically. One day, the school organized a ceremony to award the top students. Out of the top 10 students, 7 were from the janitor's class. The principal was very happy about this achievement and announced that the school would buy all the necessary stationery for the underprivileged students so they could study during the day as well. He also offered the janitor a higher position and salary. He even promised him that he would get a bonus if he was able to make all his students pass the exam. All the students passed the exam with good marks, and the janitor received a huge bonus. He was very happy because he was able to change the future of those children. He proved that if someone is dedicated and passionate about what they are doing, then no one can stop them from achieving their goals. All right, folks, that's all for today. This was the story of the janitor who taught night classes in secret. If you like this story, please don't forget to subscribe for more videos like this. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Goodbye.